אני לצערי לא זכיתי לפגוש ביוני.
Unfortunately, I never met Yoni, rather learned about him to absorb even a bit of that glamour which surrounded him wherever he went, the glamour which lights our way even now, 35 years later. I'm the first chief of staff that joined the army after Yoni fell. Even though I didn't know him, I knew of him. As a 17-year-old boy, about a year before I volunteered for the paratroopers, I looked up, like many others had done, to the celebrated commander who fell as he led one of the Army's greatest operations.
כשהוא מוביל את המפואר שבמבצעי צה"ל. לא הייתי צריך לבחור אמירה אחת של יוני שנגע בי אז במיוחד.
If I had to choose one of Yoni's sayings which especially touched me at the time, I'd go back to the letter he wrote as a young officer, and which read, "The responsibility lays on me, on us, the youth in Israel, to guard the state's welfare. It's a heavy responsibility which matures us ahead of time. It seems though Israelis belong to a special race of people. It's hard to explain it, but easy to feel it. This sentence expresses a feeling which is felt by almost every fighter and commander, the burden and the privilege inherent in the duty to guard the people and the country. This feeling accompanied me throughout my years of service as a sort of reminder which hovers above the daily routine. This is also the feeling which accompanies the IDF's fighters and commanders today."
בשנים האחרונות אנו שומעים יותר ויותר אמירות הגורסות כנוער שנות ה-2000.
In the last few years, we hear more and more sayings that the youth of the 2000s has developed a blanket of indifference and is reluctant to volunteer, to contribute, and to make a difference. But as someone who sees the fighters in the field, as someone who has looked into their eyes and has seen in them that special race which Yoni was talking about, the Yoni which is within them, or the Yoni whom they can become, I can tell you that they are ready for any challenge and any task because they are committed and imbued with a sense of mission no less than Yoni Netanyahu and no less than those of his generation. Only when the planes carrying the hostages had left Entebbe was the connection renewed, and the first message which was received was that one of the fighters had been killed. We didn't know who. At 3 a.m. I heard a knock on the door. Motagur stood there, pale as a sheet. "Shimon, Yoni is gone. A bullet hit him in the back and pierced his heart." I couldn't stop my tears. Yoni for me was a representative of the strong and the beautiful within us. Today at your grave, Yoni, I can add, what you did, you left us as a legacy. You left us as a legacy to the generation which followed you. These are the soldiers and commanders of today who work day and night dealing with danger in the war on terror. Dear Ben Zion Netanyahu, Yoni's father, my friend the Prime Minister, Yoni's brother, the Netanyahu family, with your permission I will say, Yoni was a hero. Yoni was a man of spirit, the first to join a mission, and this time also the first to die.